you, and good morning, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Finance. When De Beers was well underway building Ontario's only diamond mine, the Liberal government introduced a diamond royalty. This new tax shocked the owners of the Victor mine, as they had already spent over $1 billion in development. They were literally, Speaker, in too deep to cancel their project. Last year, Cliffs Resources, one of the senior mining companies exploring in the Ring of Fire, did cancel their project. In fact, not only did they sell off their Ring of Fire property, they actually left Ontario. Speaker, I ask the Minister, did the Liberal government ever propose a Chromite royalty? Is that why Cliffs left Ontario?
Question. Minister of Finance.
Minister of Northern Development and Mines, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Northern Development and Mines.
For the question, I thank the member for the question, and the reality is, of course, that we have an extraordinarily positive working relationship with De Beers, and one of the great opportunities we have in the province was the Victor Diamond Mine, which opened up in 2008, and I know that De Beers has continued to look to how they can operate and find another extension of their property, so that's going to be good news in the future, and we're going to keep working with them. As for the work that we're doing right now on the Ring of Fire, the member knows well, and it would be certainly helpful if, rather than always trying to talk down the great economic opportunity we have in the Ring of Fire, that they worked with us to support the work that we're doing, which includes the work that Northern Resources is doing, includes the extraordinarily real effort we're making with the First Nations to bring everyone together so we can see real partnership on this opportunity, this great resource development opportunity for all of the province of Ontario.
Supplementary.
Speaker, again to the Minister, it's interesting that he avoided the answer about the Chromite tax, but it's also an interesting byproduct of the gas plant scandal hearings were the documents the government had to release. Here's page 2156 under the heading Confidential Commercially Sensitive Material. The section on Cliffs reads, quote, the province created a Chromite royalty. Quote, expected revenue from the new Chromite royalty, which was created for this Ring of Fire project, ranged from $6.6 million to $34.4 million per year. A major mining discovery is made, and the very first thing this Liberal government thought of was, how can we tax them more? Well, they taxed them right out of Ontario.
Question.
Speaker, will the Minister now admit their failed policies and new tax meant that thousands of people aren't working in the Ring of Fire today?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please.
Thank you. Yeah, right. Answer, please.
One thing that we've been very clear about, and I think it's shared by everyone who wants to see this project move forward, is it's absolutely vital that we do this right, and that is why we've engaged so closely, obviously, with industry to make sure that they are partners with us in moving forward on the project. The member knows full well, as to ever, that in many ways the markets will also be a very real factor in terms of making that decision. That this is going to be, we are actually in an era of a very, very difficult commodity pricing as well. But that doesn't change the fact that this extraordinary $60 billion deposit, and obviously Chromite being one of the exciting metals that's up there, are going to move forward. But we need to make sure that we do it right. And again, I'm sure that everyone would agree that one of the things that we need to do is to work with the communities most directly impacted by this potential development. Communities that have never seen any resource development before, which is why we are working so closely on the regional framework agreement and the regional process, and that's the work we're.
Thank you. New question.